A very good afternoon, everyone. And before me, all the speakers were having so many stories and very touching. And I was really very emotional after hearing all those. Everyone has a story, right? Some people fight with certain things, and some people just live with it. According to me, as humans, we should be very, very sensitive about ourselves as well as for the others. I was born in Delhi, brought up in Bihar. I completed my class 10th examination from a very small school in Bihar in Rohtas district. I don't know how many of you have heard this name. And then in 11th and 12th, I came to Delhi. And I came from a Hindi medium school. So in Delhi, it was very difficult for me. I got a school. After 1.5 months of struggle, I kept moving from one school to another school and finally got into one government school. My school pass percentage was very, very low. And it was an English medium school. When I started attending classes, it was extremely tough because whatever they used to speak, it used to go above me. Except mathematics, everything was very difficult for me. Anyways, somehow those 2 difficult years passed, and I got in college and joined BSc Computer Science. That was the first year of Delhi University. I am from the first batch of Delhi University BSc Computer Science. That year, Delhi University introduced this course, and I joined that. When I used to college, I used to sit at the last desk because I was very scared. Somebody will ask me something. It will be very difficult for me to answer because they will be asking something in English and it will be extremely tough for me. Time passed. After 3-4 months, we had a test conducted for programming. I was able to manage extremely good marks in that because it was not requiring much of English. And my classmates came to know that this person knows programming a little bit. So they started approaching me. They started putting questions, and I was able to answer. That is how my journey of sharing knowledge started. Slowly and gradually, almost all the science faculty, all the science students started coming to me, started approaching me for different kind of problems, and somehow I was able to solve them. I went to college. I finished my college in 1987 and then went for my post-graduation in Banaras Hindu University. Did MSc Mathematics from there. And then I thought I will join a company and I'll become computer programmer. I was very keen in developing software at the time, today also. I joined NCERT while the process was on for interviews and tests in various companies. I worked on Integrated Education for Disabled Children project in NCERT. I developed some software for them, which was basically for disabled children who were not able to speak properly and hear properly. So I created some tools in Hindi for them. Somehow I didn't see them live anywhere after I left NCERT. Then I joined Delhi Public School RK-Puram in 1990. That was the year when my interviews were going on and I was getting a lot of calls. My first year was amazing because I had a lot of classes to teach and I used to stay back in school and I used to just try some codes. And during that time only I developed a software called Timetable Management System. Till date, the school is using the same, right? However, we have come out with some more softwares, but we are still on the old one because everyone is so comfortable using that simple code. So I started developing different types of software for school. And after completion of first year in school, I got a very good offer, very fascinating offer. It was with a salary almost 25 times more than what I used to get here at that time in 1991. I was very happy and very thrilled, and I thought that my life will change from now. I'll be working for a multinational company, and my dream has come true. The same day when I got the offer, one child came in the school and touched my feet. It was a shock for me because at the age what I had at that time, somebody touching your feet was a very, very different kind of experience. Believe me, I still feel that touch. That changed my life. From that day, I stopped thinking that I should go and work at the back end in software company and develop software where no one is going to interact with you. I thought there is a reason why this child has touched my feet. There is something in me which is calling. I just took that letter out of my pocket and put that letter in one of the dustbin in the school after tearing it in 200 pieces. I never regret that because after that, the life became very different from me. I started working with more energy, and I thought whatever I know, I will share it with more and more people. Luck favored me. I was selected to work along with CBSE. In 1996, the first curriculum of computer science with C++ was introduced. In that, most of the research was done by me and two more teachers. And from there, the number of training programs started, and I was able to visit various schools in India, from Srinagar to Cochin. Cochin was the last place where I went for training. And in 1999, a new course was introduced with the name Informatics Practices. And then one new course was introduced in CBSE with the name Multimedia and Web Technology. So all this went along with a lot of efforts of teachers from Delhi and NCR. And after that, I continued my journey of sharing my knowledge, sharing ideas, whatever comes to me. I never keep it to myself. And I'll suggest all of you, if you have learned something today, make sure you share it. Because as soon as you share something with others, you become empty-headed, right? Then you are ready to learn more. Learn, share. Learn, share, right? That way you are free all the time to accept more from the outside world. And there is no fixed teacher for learning. If you're walking on the road, there are people to teach you. If you're shopping around, the people who are helping you to shop are also teaching you. In school, your peer group is also teaching, right? You have to decide what learning you have to accept and what learning you have to reject. Now, today I'm just quickly traverse through what has happened in past couple of years in the world of technology and what it is going to happen. If you notice, on one side of the presentation, you will see a chip. On the other side of this presentation, you will see trees, the greens. How they are connected? Both of them are very important for all of us. Both of them have to coexist if you want to survive for more number of years on Earth, right? That will keep on growing. But at the same time, we have to take care of this also, right? So we have to take care of our environment before we grow in technology. The couple of years, our technology has gone through a very, very fast change. Mainframe computers moved to personal computers, then laptops, palm tops, tablets, smartphones, wrist and wearable handheld devices. And the newest thing is, within your body, things will be embedded so that whatever you will think will be the instructions for the computer, right? So if you're thinking, I think I should be going right, so your computer within you will tell you that take this precautions, right? So that is the future of the technology. But at the same time, number of challenges are also over there. And in last couple of years, if you see in the world of communication, if you talk about 3000 BC, papyrus and drums, horns used to communicate from one part of the place to another part of the place. I hope all of you have heard about this, that people were not having any communication medium. So what they used to do, they used to play drums in a particular rhythm so that the other part of the place is aware that this is what, some danger is there or some happy message is communicated, right? And from that time, we moved to the courier, first postal system, heliograph, then first newspaper came in the 59 BC, and in first pen, that is also one of the way of communicating, right? So that came in 1000 AD, and then 1838 AD, first telegraph was introduced. Then 1848, first radio came, and then now we are on late 2000s. We had 3G mobile phones, and now we are on 4G. And very soon you will be having devices which will communicate faster, as fast as you are in the real time. That means somebody is sitting next to you, is communicating with somebody in US, and they are doing some operations which are real time in the real place, right? So that is what is going to be the future. So if you have seen the Star Trek, how many of you have seen that serial, old serial Star Trek? Very few of you. In Star Trek, there was a system where you used to go and stand and you were transported to another place. I think that is also going to be the time to seen by the next generation who is sitting in front of me right now, right? So this is all going to be possible with the help of the growing technology. Coding moved from simple high-level languages to the scripting type languages. Open source got introduced, cloud computing happened, and then mobile computing happened. So all this is growing day by day. But what we need to remember, we need to think of technology as a tool and services. We should never start thinking that technology is going to rule us. We will be always ahead of the technology. Means if technology has been developed by somebody, and that somebody is no one but the human brain, right? So if, I don't know how many of you know that your brain is the only mechanism through which real random number can be produced. I hope all of you know this. Any random number which is produced by computer will be using some formula at the back end, so it is always guessable. It is different that normal human being might not be able to guess that number which is going to be guessed by the computer, but if you know programming very, very well and you know the formula behind that randomness of the random number, then you can produce that number. So that means any game which you play, any system which is generated by the computer is going to be based on some random mechanism which is going to be guessed, right? So it is the only human brain which is real random. That means if you are telling me choose out of the three colors, black, white, and blue, by no means you can guess what color I am going to guess out of this. But if you're using a computer for that, you will be able to find out what guess at this particular time it will give you, right? So with this, I'll just wind up my session and with a message that learn technology, share technology, but do not think that technology is the only thing in life. Your humanity is more important than using technology and using these tools, right? Thank you very much.